is pursue progress over perfection. You've talked a lot about that in your space. So how do you, as an innovation leader, balance the sort of right calculated risks while also pursuing concepts with the inherent risk of failure? And I would say maybe as an organization, and then the following question would be, how do you do that and kind of empower your team to feel comfortable making some of those calculated risks within sort of the confines of the greater strategy?
Well, it's not easy. Let's start there. But it really is critical. Innovation is hard, right? And acknowledging that not every innovation is going to be a success is such an important part of that mindset. We're focused on driving action, want to move at the pace of culture, right? Move with speed from insight to work in the world. And that means not everything's going to be perfect from day one. We know our first MVP of Remix was never going to have every single thing, right? But it was a tremendous leap forward on progress. So we can get that feedback to go build what's going to be coming afterwards. And I think to build a culture of that, right, you need to start from really understanding again, what are your assumptions? What are you solving for? I think failing fast is really easy to say. Failing fast is everyone celebrates it when it's someone else's failure, right? Celebrating your own failures is hard, right? It takes a certain level of confidence and knowledge that you will be supported for taking those risks. And from there, you can say it, right, as much as you'd like, right? But the reality is you have to live it. You have to show and identify those spaces and say, listen, this is what happens. And here's what we're going to go do with it. Here's the learning, as opposed to saying, how do we get here, pointing fingers and trying to associate blame with a failure like that. It doesn't lead to a culture of innovation. But when you focus on what are the learnings of those assumptions, did we gain them? Did we not gain them? Did we gain the learnings to say this assumption now requires a pivot or even to move off the innovation platform as a whole? That is something worth celebrating, right? And I think when you bring that to life, it puts you in a position to really focus on that progress, knowing that perfection is both elusive, but takes a lot of time, right? And you got to make sure that you're constantly moving in the right direction. Have your North Star, and the direction of travel